Good afternoon, guys. Tush coming at you. It's Friday, December the 30th, just coming up to 12:20 in the afternoon, and we're back playing around with the 59 TR3A this morning, and or this afternoon. And what I'm taking a look at this morning is going to finish off this repair piece to the rear apron, and I'm just trying to figure out how the bottom finishes on this. So we're having a look at the existing piece. And it's sort of got a wrap around to this bottom flange here. So it looks like, if I look at the original piece, it looks like it's been sort of cut, bent, and just a bead of weld sort of run along the inside there. So I think that's what we're going to do, is we're going to try to duplicate the bottom finish on this original piece on this piece. So we'll do that, and then we're going to remove this from the car. We're going to figure out where the flange holes go. We'll just end up lining this up, hopefully, to find out where the original flange holes go, and we'll drill those and make sure they fit on that closing stiffener plate. So that's the object for this morning so far. That's about as far as I've got. So we'll do that, concentrate on this little area first, and then we'll move on. Hey guys, we've just removed the bottom piece, and we've got the holes marked for the flange holes. And I just made a sort of a relief cut in this section, and we've rolled the end over, so that basically meets the bottom flange like so. Once that's welded in, it'll look something like that. So I think we're going to be happy with that. So I think what we'll do now is we're going to clean up this piece. We'll remove the temporary welds, and we'll drill the hole, and we'll weld the bottom piece in, and then we'll weld the top piece in. Keep the top piece in for reference while we do the bottom piece. Alright, that's it for now. Alright guys, just coming up to 2 o'clock, and a quick view of that patch welded in. Pretty happy with it. I've got a couple little pinholes that I need to go back and fix, but other than that I think it looks pretty good. Little skim coat of filler and we should be good. When we're ready for that, I've just put the side panel on, and this I've just got sitting here. This actually goes underneath this panel, but we just got it sitting in there for now, so you can sort of see how that goes together. Obviously I've got a floor section missing, and this side panel actually needs to be built up. And if you recall, when I built the floor panel, or the trunk panel, I've actually made a flange that goes on the inside of this panel to build this up. So pretty much this area is kind of complete back here, and then I can start working on putting in the body mounts and the closing panels at some point. I do need to replace this tube for the bumper overrider mount that actually goes through to the chassis. So I'm not sure what we're going to do with that. We're going to have to buy a piece of pipe, and we're going to have to detach that at some point from the rear of the body, and make that work somehow, but that'll be another step along the way. Anyway, we're going to take a bit of a break for lunch, and we'll come back out and we'll figure out what we want to do later. Alright guys, quick update for you. 7 p.m. and I've done absolutely nothing. Lunch turned into a little afternoon nap, and the afternoon nap ran into my dinner time, and then dinner time turned into watching TV time, and watching TV time turned into 7 p.m. So I've done absolutely nothing. Anyway, I think what we're going to do for the rest of the evening is get this place cleaned up. I've got tools and garbage all over the place, glass all over the floor, so I think we need a good tidy. So that's what we're going to do for the rest of the evening, is just get this place a little bit more organized, and we'll resume work on this tomorrow. That's it for now, guys. I've been keeping all the scrap metal bits from my car, and this is the pile so far, so it's kind of funny when you look at it that way, but that's everything I've removed, and at some point I'll have to replace, or have replaced already. So just thought you might want to take a quick look at that carnage. Pretty ugly. Just thought I'd take a minute and drag the fenders down from up on top of the mezzanine just to see how that back corner fits, and really it's kind of a hopeless effort, as this fender is in such bad shape. The flanges are basically all twisted and rusted out. So it's pretty hard for me to tell where things, I can see from a positional perspective where they're supposed to be, but the fender is so bent up and standing proud, and actually it's missing an entire rear flange here. This has been cut in order to get this fender off. But you can see actually the back I think is going to line up pretty well once it's all bolted in. And remember, there's a beading that goes in between the gaps there once it's done. So I think we're going to be in pretty good shape once that gets bolted down. Just thought I'd check that anyway, but it is rough shape, this fender. Anyway, that's it for now. Cleaning is progressing. Alright guys, just coming up to 9 p.m. and I think we're done for tonight. We'll try to get out here early tomorrow and have a fresh start. I think what we're going to do tomorrow is we're going to fix this area here. So that's a little, another little flange piece that's got to wrap around the edge of this. So we'll fix that. And who knows, maybe we'll even put that trunk floor section in. I was thinking I was going to wait until I had it on the chassis, but I think I've got enough reference points there now to drop it in. So maybe we'll go ahead and do that. We'll see tomorrow. Anyway, we'll get out here, hopefully, like I said, bright and early. Talk to you later. Hey, good morning, guys. Touch coming at you at 9:30 Saturday morning, December the 31st. Getting pretty close to 2017. Anyway, back on the 59 TR3A this morning, and as promised, we're going to attack this area here, where there's that little hole. I notice I've got a couple of pinholes here. Actually, it looks like I've drilled out something almost, but we'll have a look at that. We'll probably replace that whole section of metal, and that's obviously got to wrap around this flange. So we're going to do that this morning to finally fix up this sort of rear taillight area, and then we'll move on to something else. I have a feeling that I'm going to be running out of welding gas soon, since it's the weekend here and nothing will be open. That's generally the time I run out. I have an extra spool of wire. I've just called the welding supply store, and normally they're open from 9 to noon and no one's answering, so I'm assuming they're off today. So I have a feeling I'm going to be running out of gas soon, which won't be a good situation. Anyway, we'll get back to working on making this patch. Okay guys, quick update for you. We've got that patch in. It's not my greatest welding, but it's in there and it's 100% better than the big hole that was there. So just have to check out this location. I got to go look at some photos. I believe that this patch needs to be trimmed back. You see I've only tacked it in here. I think this nacelle, the light nacelle, actually runs flat against this stiffener piece on the side. So we'll see what I need to do there. Like I said, I've only tacked it there, so I may need to pry that up and just slice that off. We'll see. So yeah, so that area is looking much better than it was. So basically this whole corner has now been done, which is good. So we'll move on to something else. Talk to you later. Alright guys, I think we're going to have a go at fitting this trunk floor section, which I've fabricated before. It fits in here. I'm going to have to do a little jimmying to get it back in there, but it does go in there. So let me see if I can get that in there and setting flat against the trunk floor. And we'll come back. Quick update for you, just coming up to 3 o'clock. Been a little busy this afternoon. I ended up having to go and do some grocery shopping, and that ended up turning into making a pot of chili for tonight's dinner. So wasted a little bit of time doing that. Not wasted, but took time away from the car to do that. But we thought we'd just grab a couple of parts that I purchased and see how they're going to fit. And it looks like I'm going to have probably a problem with my patch panel that I did for the floor. I'm not sure if I took a video of this or not, but it's probably a little bit too wide this way, because I've got a bit of a gap now on the fitment between this panel and the closing panel. So I'm thinking it looks like it might be maybe a ½ inch too wide. I'm going to have to do some measurements on that, basically from the old panels that that I took out. If any of the guys are watching that are working on the cars, like Rob, if possible, if you could give me a measurement of your brand new panel, you know, from here to the top, that would be great for me to check that panel and see if that panel's a correct height. I can't really tell whether it's bowing out the top here. It doesn't look to be, but based on what I see here, it looks like I've made that panel too wide. So anyway, so that looks like it's going to fit in there pretty well. I've also got this panel here, which is the closing panel that will go along the bottom here. So like so, it's got to basically line up with these holes for those body mounts like I'd mentioned before. So anyway, we'll have to figure out if that's going to work or not. This actually needs to move in a little bit anyway, so we'll play around with it and we'll see if it's going to fit. There's going to have to be a little bit of tweaking, I'm sure, along the way, but for the most part it's looking pretty good. Alright guys, that's it for now. We'll probably upload this, so I'll say Happy New Year's. I probably won't be out here tonight to upload another video, So we'll see you in 2017. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.